this video, I'm taking my first step in my journey to leave the Apple ecosystem by building a custom Linux Mint desktop to replace my Mac. I will provide a comprehensive walkthrough covering the chosen components, the assembly process, and the complete setup of Linux Mint. Let's go ahead and jump right into this custom build, starting with the components. For the motherboard, I'm utilizing the GIGABYTE B550i Pro AX. The system is powered by an AMD Ryzen 7 5700X CPU. For system memory, I have selected 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM paired with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD for primary storage. For the graphics card, an XFX Speedster Radeon RX 7600 will likely be the first component I upgrade in the near future. However, it was acquired due to a sale at the time of purchase and its immediate availability for this build. Anticipating future upgrades, I am incorporating a Cooler Master V850 SFX Gold's power supply. This unit is admittedly oversized for the current configuration, but provides ample headroom for future component changes. To ensure optimal thermal performance, I am using a low-profile AM4 CPU cooler. For supplementary cooling, I will also install an additional fan, complete with a fan cover at the bottom of the chassis. This is an optional enhancement. However, all of these components will be housed in the Fractal design Terra Jade case, which offers an excellent aesthetic and a practical internal layout with sufficient workspace, despite its compact footprint suitable for a smaller desk like mine. Proceeding with the high-level assembly, first I will remove the top and side panels from the Fractal case. Once removed, it's really easy to access everything within the case. Second, I will detach the graphics card mounting bracket and set it aside until a later stage of this build. The disassembly process for this case is notably straightforward. I will then remove the protective packaging tabs from the chassis and discard them, subsequently reinstalling the screws, ensuring that they're correctly aligned and evenly tensioned. Next, I will install the optional fan to enhance airflow at the base of the case. I will then connect all necessary cables to the power supply. Using the hardware provided with the Fractal case, I will mount the power supply into its designated bay, ensuring convenient cable access within this confined space. The CPU will then be installed onto the motherboard, followed by the application of some thermal paste and the mounting of the low-profile cooler. Once the cooler is secured, I will connect its fan cable to the motherboard. Next, I will install the 32 gigabytes of RAM. Despite the motherboard's small form factor, these components integrate well. With the RAM installed, I will insert and secure the 1 terabyte SSD. As mentioned, all components fit appropriately. However, I will verify access to all cable headers before retrieving the graphics card mount to install the graphics card. Once the graphics card is seated, I will perform initial cable management. This will be refined later, but it's satisfactory for the current stage of this build. With the hardware assembly completed, the next step is to install Linux Mint. Prior to this, I briefly installed Arch Linux to explore Hyperland. However, I have reverted to Linux Mint as it aligns with the overall theme of this build and offers greater stability for my daily use. Following the Mint installation, I utilized the terminal to install a selection of applications and have customized the desktop environment to suit my specific daily workflow. If there's any questions, please leave a comment. I will also provide further details in the video description. If there's an interest, though, in a more in-depth exploration of Linux distributions or similar custom builds on this channel, please let me know as well, as this is the first video of this nature I've produced on this channel. Okay, wrapping this up, the primary goal of this overview was to demonstrate the desktop experience after installing Linux Mint and completing the custom build. I must say I'm very pleased with how this entire project turned out. From start to finish, I acquired all the components which are listed in the description with non-affiliate links from Amazon. They arrived within next day delivery and the total cost was approximately $1,000 US. I then assembled the components as shown and completed the Linux Mint installation along with my initial customizations all under an hour. This isn't too bad considering it's been a few years since my last custom PC build and easily over a decade since I last seriously engaged with a Linux distribution. I'd like to give a shout out to a handful of channels that provided inspiration for this build. I will also link them in the description below. I encourage you to subscribe and check out their Linux specific content as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, my intention is to transition away from the Apple ecosystem. Building this custom Linux Mint desktop is just the first step to that journey. Again, I am very satisfied with the outcome, and in fact, I'm editing this very video on this new setup. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I look forward to the discussions. Thank you for watching, take care, and stay safe.